The Chicago Midwest chapter of the National Academy of Television Arts and Sciences presents the 2024 Silver Circle Honors Ceremony. You are about to meet the men and women who have thrived, excelled, and innovated as television professionals. More than 25 years of service to the television industry, significant contributions to Chicago broadcasting, excellence in television in front of the camera and behind the scenes. It's time to honor the best of the best. Our co-hosts for the evening, ABC 7 Morning News legends, and both recent Silver Circle honorees, Roz Varon and Jose Sanders.
This is so exciting. Hi, everybody.
Hello, hello, good evening. Give yourselves a round of applause for just looking so good tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful.
You look really good, too.
Well, I'm just trying. I'm just lucky to be here, glad to be here. Welcome to the 2024 Silver Circle Honors Ceremony. It is indeed a pleasure to host this event that celebrates the very best in our business.
And when he says it is our pleasure, it really is, because this is the third year that we've been doing something together. Like 2 years ago, when I was inducted, Jose presented for me. And then last year, when Jose was inducted, I presented for him. And now we're co-emceeing.
We're presenting you. So it's a good deal.
So it is. It's wonderful. We're really thrilled to be here.
And you're up a little late now. You can do that.
Oh, I can stay up really late.
Roz just retired after 35 years. Let's give her a round of applause. A round of applause.
Our next honoree is an Emmy-winning producer and broadcast executive whose work over the years has touched all the major networks.
Cindy Petrasso. She was instrumental in the success of the groundbreaking Donahue talk show. She also helped launch Windy City Live. Here to present her this evening are that program's lovable team of Val Warner and Ryan Severini. It's written right here, lovable team, lovable
Our
team.
friends, too.
You know, there's an expression that when you make it to the top, you're supposed to send the elevator back down for the next person. And that expression sums up Cindy Petrasso. For all her success, both nationally and locally, she was all about helping the next person, helping the next producer, helping the next on-camera talent. Whether it was helping Val and I become better hosts, better interviewers, or helping a producer produce something that was unique and different, Cindy just knows television. She knows what is good television. She knows every capacity of it. She knows it front and back. And whether you were the host of the show or whether you were an intern, Cindy made time for you. And she guided you. I love to see our table three nodding their head. Everybody knows. There's so many tables here that are here to support Cindy, and we all know this is who Cindy Petrasso is. I remember, Cindy, going to your office for the very first time. I walked into your office, I looked at the walls, and there's pictures of former presidents, dignitaries, world leaders. And I remember, and you never talked about it. You never talked about or bragged about your career accomplishments, but I remember thinking, wow, like she has accomplished so much, and she was such a trailblazer in her career. And I remember walking back to my office, and I saw my extensive collection of bobbleheads. I was like, wow, I got to work on some stuff. Cindy was our supervising producer at Windy City Live, but there wasn't a job that she didn't do. She wore many hats because we had such a small staff. From helping to conceptualize the show to having her hand in picking the hosts, which she did a damn good job. Cindy did it all. And she even would help us in the morning meeting prep, and then she would go downstairs and grab the mic literally, and she would warm up the audience every morning. She'd make jokes, she would get them dancing, Because of Cindy Petrasso, I'm one of the few white guys that know how to do the wobble. And I am a hit at every one of Al's parties for the last 13 years. Cindy made us all better, and it was so important to Cindy and Marlene, who is our executive producer and her right-hand woman, to pick good people. And it was about picking a great staff. It was the best staff and the best colleagues and friends for life, that I've ever been a part of. And that was so important for Cindy and Marlene. And Cindy, you worked with the 85 Bears. So I'm going to use this analogy. You know that when the 85 Bears won the Super Bowl, it was the first time in history that two coaches were carried off a football field, Mike Ditka and Buddy Ryan. Last year, Val and I had the honor of inducting Marlene Seelip, our executive producer of Windy City Live, into the Silver Circle, and now it's only fitting that we have both of our coaches receiving this distinguished honor. Congrats.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. And Cindy Petrasso simply didn't follow the beaten path in this world of media. She dared to carve out new trails, leaving an indelible mark on our industry, paving a way for people like me. You see, I met Cindy at a breakfast meeting one cloudy morning at a restaurant looking over Wacker Drive along with her dear friend and colleague, Marlene Seelip, while Marlene did most of the talking, and is tonight. It is Cindy's observant and reflective demeanor, along with her intellectual offerings, that made me instantly realize that she was quite the force behind building what would be Chicago's #1 local talk show post the Oprah Winfrey era. I would soon learn over the next decade that we spent together, she would be more than my boss. She became a confidant, a dear friend, and a true inspiration to me because of her innovation, her dedication, and her unwavering commitment to excellence in everything she did. But what truly sets Cindy apart is not just her professional accomplishments, but also her exceptional character. She was and still is the ultimate cheerleader. From getting the audiences, as Ryan mentioned, fired up for Windy City Live daily, to behind the scenes, Cindy was known for her kindness, her empathy, and her unwavering support for her colleagues. And she was always down for whatever the show was up to. Every Halloween, that meant dressing up as she warmed up. Even those glasses from what, The Incredibles? Yes, tonight that she has on. She made a beautiful royal too, by the way. Look it up, it's probably on YouTube. You know, this business, as we all know, is brutal, it's competitive, it is cutthroat. But Cindy always remained, as my father would say, cool, calm, and collected. Except if I needed her to take her earrings off. She was down. And let's not forget about how Cindy showed up. This is what meant the most to me, for her family and her friends personally. She balanced it all. She made family, the table sitting right behind her, a priority, always, and her friends as well. CP, as she's affectionately known, never missed a beat. That dedication to your craft and your commitment to your family let me know firsthand that it could be done and that it could be done well. So thank you for teaching me as a mother that lesson in this business. So as we gather tonight to celebrate Cindy Petrasso's induction into the Silver Circle, let us applaud not only her remarkable achievements that you're going to see here in a moment, but also the integrity, the kindness, and the humor in which she navigated this journey. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating our CP on this momentous occasion. Her impact on the world of media and beyond will undoubtedly continue to inspire all of us for years to come. Let's take a look. Cindy Petrasso's storied career has spanned more than 4 decades, starting in 1975 as a WGN intern, followed by a stint at WFLD as promotion coordinator, and then back at WGN as promotion manager, which began her trajectory into groundbreaking television working with legendary broadcasters, athletes, newsmakers, and celebrities at the epicenter of remarkable television moments, behind the headlines, and sometimes even making headlines.
Sports production company Intersport Television became part of one of the biggest sports stories in history. The stunning January 6th attack on Nancy Kerrigan.
It was just a normal day of shooting. We were there shooting Nancy Kerrigan and Tanya Harding.
The very last skater that we needed to have on our program was Nancy Kerrigan.
She skated off the ice, and that's when I heard the blood-curdling scream.
Cindy, what would this story be without this piece of videotape?
What would the Rodney King case be without that famous footage? Clearly, these were both horrible events, crimes, and they would have made the headlines, undoubtedly. But would the images have lasted so long and the controversy have been so heated if we weren't bombarded by these visions day in and day out?
The whirlwind surrounding the incident and Intersport's exclusive footage spawned the NBC network primetime special, Shattered Glory, with Cindy serving as executive producer. During her Intersport years as head of production and events, their hectic shoot schedule took Cindy and her team from the Super Bowl to March Madness right through to the Masters. A fearless band of traveling roadshow producers creating original events, award shows on California beaches and Chicago ballrooms, honoring the greatest legends and events in sports.
The pace was intense, but the hard work and camaraderie never in doubt. That camaraderie of work friends as family was forged early on in Cindy's career during her years as marketing director for the Phil Donahue Show, producing national campaigns and nearly 2,000 daily show promotions for some of the boldest programming on television.
Producing daytime talk continued for Cindy when she served as supervising producer for NBC's In the Loop with iVillage, alongside Donahue colleague and EP Marlene Seelip. The show was at the forefront of integrated marketing and digital streaming.
Then came Windy City Live, when in 2010, Marlene and Cindy were asked to create a new morning show for Chicago. Built from a white canvas, the show quickly became #1, breaking new ground for ABC7 in the legacy time period. And it doesn't get any better than that.
Doing good work with good people has always been at the heart of whatever Cindy does,
including her work with journalist Ken Wooden when they took the news series Child Lures to NBC5, which spawned an Emmy Award-winning statewide town hall event hosted by Allison Rosati, with Cindy serving as supervising producer.
During her time as head of programming at Dillon Smith Communications, Cindy produced projects with Tim Reitman of the 85 Bears and comedian Tom Dreesen, the home video Tackling Football, and the ABC late-night special Dreesen Street. There were also other projects with Tom over the years.
Among her many career roles, whether it was taking the Orbis broadcast group to new heights during her tenure as Orbis president, or producing pilots for LA syndicators, representing talent, or taking on video gaming in the digital space, Cindy attributes the diversity of her work and her work ethic to those people who've inspired her from the start and all the other inspiring stars along the way.
What a great body of work, and what a great run that continues still today.
This is amazing. You guys, thank you so much, everyone. You too. Before I even start, because having this, strange that this is this year with this medal, and you guys, thank you, TV Academy, all of you guys. Today, at the White House, Phil Donahue is receiving the Medal of Freedom today at the White House. This is not the Medal of Freedom, but it's pretty damn close. Thank you so much. It's just such a high honor to be here. Val and Ryan, my goodness. You guys are family to me, and you know that. In fact, I think that's the running theme tonight, especially as you saw in my video and with all the crazy friends that I have here tonight. You both mean the world to me. The family is the running theme tonight, as evidenced by so many of you that are here tonight. My immediate family, who knows me best and who keep things real in my world, the whole gang is here. And shout out to Sean, 18-year-old from Maine South, who did my video. Sean, you did great. And and you should have seen us. It was a sight. Aunt City, who would want to work for you? Stand by, I'll handle this. Your family keeps it real, and they do. And it grounds me, and they support me always, so I appreciate that. And all my other families here, my Windy City Live family, my Donahue family, my Intersport family, you guys. Way too much history, endless stories, and belly laughs. All my people, many of whom got on airplanes to be here, my God. My TV partners in crime, Marlene Seelip, Lisa Shockett, Gene, the cameraman you saw here, he flew in from Los Angeles also. All you guys, and all my other friends that are all connected through various means. So as I look around this room tonight, I have to say, I have legitimately worked at every station in this market, somehow or another. And honestly, it's been a high honor to do that. And what better city than Chicago to call your career home? Now, come on. And to that point, Chicago native Linda Mancuso, who some of you may remember, Linda was a Chicago native, an NBC gal, went to Los Angeles and became an NBC executive. And when the Kerrigan incident happened, she was responsible for the production, so she came to Chicago and babysat the show, watched us, work, and made sure everything was fine, and watched us write, produce, deliver that show to the network in just 7 days. And it was Linda who said, this absolutely could not have been done in Los Angeles. It just couldn't. There is no greater work ethic than that of Chicago producers. It's just so true, and it means the world. And there's such talent and history in this room, and not just broadcast history, there's plenty of that. But each generation here has lived and is living through so much cultural history. My generation and the younger ones coming up, but something that struck me that I felt that I wanted to share. I remember my first business trip to New York. I was in my 20s. It was that 7 o'clock flight to New York, and I get on the plane, and I am the only woman on the plane. Let that sink in. The only woman. All these guys, men, businessmen, and so on, and it's just little old me walking down that aisle. And it was not lost on me, that moment, because it was great pride, actually, but also a responsibility, because I stood on the shoulders of so many women who came before me. And I think it's why I've always been mindful of the young talent coming up after me. And I've found that the road goes both ways, between the people you inspire and the people who inspire you. Because for me, I know this because influencers have been in my life at every age and stage before they gave it a name. I have been so proud and honored to serve side by side with the youngest, brightest people on the planet. I've learned and benefited from the wisdom of the people in my life at all ages, starting with my mom, the smartest person I ever knew, who gave me actually the best career advice I ever got, when she told me back in high school and college that my part-time jobs should always be in the area of my interests. So she, instead of waiting tables, she encouraged me to march into the Park Ridge Advocate newspaper office, where I learned the ropes from Ruth Trout, who was the editor. I just thought of that name now. And then came my experience, people in the back, at WMTH, my high school radio station at Maine East, and Mrs. Shawless became a treasured role model. But it was probably the great Paul Kelvin at WGN. Jim, you remember Paul, and a lot of people do. I carry Paul with me most. He was the quintessential mentor to legions of TV professionals who were lucky enough, like me, to call Paul and a lifelong friend and supporter. So to the young people in this room tonight, keep your eyes open for people who have great character. Follow them. And if they're really special, they'll follow you right back. And remember what the rest of us have come to know as true. When it stops being fun, it's not worth doing, especially when you're following your passion alongside really good people. Because besides the work, it's almost more about the people you meet and the lives you touch along the way. I believe that so much. So I'll end here by saying 3 words as I look over my career. What a ride. Thank you so much for being part of my great ride and for the privilege of being part of yours. Thanks so much.